So yeah, let me show you where it is here. So this is the Intuit for Education website, intuit.com/education. There are two ways to find QuickBooks materials. The main way for you all to know that I think is more relevant for a thorough accounting QuickBooks style teacher is under resources. Yeah, under resources, you have QuickBooks here. You click QuickBooks. Okay. Then you see here our website, empower your students with free QuickBooks. So what I like about this is that if you're part of an accredited education institution, you're able to have a free license to QuickBooks, a demo account, by the way. So not the real product. I don't recommend your students start doing their business in a demo account, but they'll have access to a demo account in 1 year intervals. And all you have to do is register here for it. And there's different guides to get you started. Now, let's say you're not part of an accredited institution, but you still want to teach QuickBooks. All you have to do is email education@intuit.com, letting them know about your situation. So sometimes it's like homeschool, sometimes it's like a non-traditional accredited background, and we can approve it on a case-by-case basis. So I don't want anyone to feel discouraged if they're not part of an accredited institution, but that's like the easiest way to get this approved. And you see here for educators and for students, the study guide, the desktop guide, certified bookkeeping professional, there's these certifications as well. Hold on one second, let me just respond. Okay. And yeah, these are great resources. We have like a whole folder of videos that goes through the lessons of QuickBooks, like step by step. So you can easily assign those videos to your students to watch, and they can watch all those videos and learn how to use QuickBooks. It's a very, I know this is a very robust tool, and it's not so simple, but we try to make it easy with having extensive videos in our materials. So how many of you all have access to this or have tried to use QuickBooks education in this portal? Amy, what has been, and this is like, I want to make sure everyone feels like honest to share anything they want to share. So Amy, what has been your feedback? What do you like about it? What do you wish it can improve?
Well, to be honest, I've gotten on and then I found the course where there were three, I feel like there were choices that I had to make about,
curriculum.
There are three different like types of businesses or something like that. And I downloaded all the stuff. But honestly, last spring, I didn't do it with students because I wanted to get time to go through it myself first. And I didn't get that done. So I thought this year I really wanted to attend this and just learn a little bit more about how to navigate it.
Yeah, I can say the same for that. When I log in, when I check for my Intuit for Education, my whole screen is different, my dashboard, because I was approved and now I have an account that I can have classes, new classes, and the dashboard. So what you're showing, I don't really see, but I have seen it. And like Amy said, there is a section under Intuit where you can select 3 programs. There's like different gaming and a sushi something. Yeah. And but the thing with those is that I myself too have tried. It's just a lot. It's a lot of reading. And I'm not sure if I'm more of the person that I have to see you do it, then I'll do it. And my issue is at my campus or in my district, we use Gmetrics, and through Gmetrics, we use LearnKey. And my big problem was that the LearnKey component was from 2022 and now we're 2024 and I don't teach this till 2025. So potentially I feel like I'm years behind and dashboards don't match, things aren't where they need to be. So I'm getting a little bit of resistance from my CTE director and me using Intuit for Education because he feels it's stepping toes on geometrics. And I don't feel that at all. I think it's an excellent resource to use
Sure.
and to have extra, because I do have to certify my kids in QuickBooks. When they leave high school, they will be QuickBooks certified.
Yeah, yeah. And it shouldn't conflict with geometrics at all. It should actually prepare you more for it. I hear you all on that. I think the videos that we have will be really useful. It's still a lot of videos, but at least it walks you through step by step of going through the entire Sushikoma and the other two courses. It escapes me right now the names of them. But what I will do as a follow-up is give you all access to those extensive video library so that you can watch it, and it goes through the courses. So I'll do that, especially for those who are looking. I'm trying to share an example of a video. I'm looking for it, but I can't at the moment find where the
I have a
videos are.
question. The
Yeah,
Intuit
please.
for Education dashboard where you have the classes and you can set up, and then it gives you courses, simulations, calculator, and games.
Yeah,
Is
that's different.
That's
Yeah,
different. Okay,
that's different. I'll show you that in a second. Yeah.
okay.
So what I would say is this is to teach QuickBooks. This is really to teach QuickBooks and bookkeeping. If your goal is to do a semester or course on accounting, bookkeeping, this is the tool you need to use. You go to Intuit.com/education, go to resources, go to QuickBooks, and it's this page. I know it's confusing, and we're trying to bring it all under one platform, but right now they're in two separate platforms. Dina, what you are in is Intuit Education, the personal finance and entrepreneurship curriculum. That's the new curriculum we developed that has simulations. So I'm gonna open that now. Log in. And that's at the login button here. Use my Intuit account.
I found it. I have both.
Yeah. Okay,
And
great.
I also have an educator portal.
Yeah, I guess it's this, no? This is what you see? Yeah. So when it comes to for this course, this is where our personal finance content is and entrepreneurship content. So just to show you, it has like teacher-led lesson plans and also self-paced. So students self-directed lesson plans. Here includes all the content you might need for personal finance. So banking, budgeting, savings, investing. When it comes to entrepreneurship though, where QuickBooks would be, it would be here, entrepreneurial finance. So financial planning and analysis, financing strategies for small businesses. And then when you open this up, this one doesn't have it, but let's pick one that has QuickBooks. Yeah. So if you open this up, it's a financial management control. This has like a full lesson plan, and it has our simulation for QuickBooks. But it's a simulation. It's different than the demo of the product. So some teachers might prefer to start with this if they're doing just an intro to business or an intro to accounting, like something very short. This might be the way to go. But if you have a whole semester-long class on accounting or bookkeeping, the QuickBooks Education website that I just showed you would be the way to go. That's kind of how I would see the difference. Yeah, I'm gonna open up the simulation here just to show you what a simulation of QuickBooks looks like. Controlling finances with QuickBooks. And see, it gives you the QuickBooks experience. But the difference with this and the demo is I can't like open these things, right? This is just a very controlled environment for QuickBooks. And it gives me a scenario. By using QuickBooks, businesses can maintain financial controls. QuickBooks can use for tracking money. The account here is from JDoe Inflow. Looking on the screen, what are the ways that JDoe Inflow brings money? And it lets you look at this a little bit. Let's just pick an answer here just to show you what it looks like. So it tells you not correct. Let's do all of the above. And it says nice job. And then you continue on. So that's what I mean by simulation. It's a controlled environment. It walks you through a scenario and it gets the student a little bit of exposure into basic principles of using QuickBooks. This should not be something you use though if you're teaching a full-length accounting or bookkeeping class. This should be something you're doing if it's like a bookkeeping section or like day or two within a longer course on entrepreneurship. because you're going to need a whole semester for the QuickBooks course.
Hey, Maura, I'd like to ask a question of the group whenever
Yeah.
is now okay?
Yeah, please.
For those of you that teach accounting with QuickBooks or QuickBooks by itself, what are you using for like the source materials? Like what are they inputting or using to, like usually you have a source document of some kind.
I can answer that for me. And if I sound quirky, it's 3:00 my time, so I'm driving to pick up someone from the bus stop. So if I break up, I'm sorry. But we teach QuickBooks as a whole semester, and we use Labyrinth Learning's book, textbook.
So it's like a workbook or?
Well, it's a publisher, it's a textbook.
Okay.
You can get a whole textbook on it. McGraw-Hill has 2 versions, and I'm familiar with Labyrinth's version. And Cengage theirs is not too expensive enough for a whole semester. But there are texts you can get that will teach it.
Okay.
Yeah, and Labyrinth also has that component that's half bookkeeping and half accounting, QuickBooks. And they have licenses for that, and McGraw-Hill Connect, which is the textbook we use for Accounting 1. It doesn't touch on any of it. All it's showing you is like the entire accounting cycle, then it goes into like managerial accounting. And so the conflict I'm having is you can find the stuff that you asked here on this one that we're getting trained those curriculums in there, because there's 3 that you can pick, and they give you the company and they give you the transactions that you work out. And like, it's like I do, you do type of situation. And that's where I'm stuck still. I haven't had the time or the luxury to go through all of that by myself to try to figure it out. So it's like potentially, I feel that we all need some type of staff development or hands-on training so that we know what we're doing and then show the kids, because that's what happens. Geometrics has that component through LearnKey that we have, but they expect me to get through that in 6 weeks. And
well, and my experience is I'm usually teaching business owners how to use QuickBooks. So they have their source documents, but I just wondered on if I were to do this as a general QuickBooks, boot camp, let's call it, what I would use for like a source document or something, an example for them.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking the question.
Intuit has it, but the only problem is it doesn't save the material. It's like, it's a demo, I believe. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't
The
actually.
test drive.
Yeah,
It's the test drive.
it just lets you go through it, click here, there, and there. So if you have to grade on an aspect like to check checks and balances, cash flow statement balance, you're making sure all the stuff is there. That's going to be hard to do. And I've decided just to do it with pictures, like for them to take a pic of the screen and then upload that as their answer. I don't know another way to do it. It would be helpful if we could, but you can also do it through, that's how we do it with the LearnKey. You take a snip, or I make them do snips of the transactions, and then they upload that onto my learning platform.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
I have a comment. If the boot camp that you're speaking of, is this current business owners that use QuickBooks, or they're wanting to just learn it to see if they like it?
Mostly they're current business owners, and they think they want to do it themselves, and then I end up getting the work. But
I mean, have they already adopted QuickBooks as their accounting software?
yes, for the most
See, the
part.
thing, yeah, I did a Con Ed one night, like QuickBooks thing we're a community college. And what I did is the ones that, if they have QuickBooks online anyway, they can log in. And so I would have them like an example vendor, and I would have them put it in and show them how to take it out. Same thing with like a check.
Yeah.
Because if you use the test drive, it could have different balances, but you do have to be careful. You have to make sure they do take them out. And then when we had desktop, I made up some transactions because it was on our computers. But if you're going to do boot camps, every once in a while, I think it's worth the time to try to create your own little
Yeah,
transactions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I can make a
Please go
suggestion
ahead.
because I've been doing this for years and I teach both the bookkeeper and the business owner. The first thing I'm going to suggest right now as an accountant of money managers, not want them to add expenses and transactions and take them out. That's actually an audit issue. So we don't want to teach them something and then have
Oh
them
yeah, I
deleting
weren't
it.
thinking.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been in the classroom too long. I wasn't thinking.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. Just because we want to keep the business owners clean, and we know there's an audit trail, so we don't want to see a lot of
Mhm.
voids and deletes. And so what I do is I actually do want business owners to get in the test drive, but I just let them know this is for practice to play, call it a sandbox so they feel like they're playing, and let them know that that's where they can play versus they never play in their software. But then you, Marie, you can actually have your own demo environment. And in that demo environment, some instructors will pay, for it, $20 a month, just because they're teaching enough. It's worth the $20 cost as an instructor. Or there's actually opportunities for you to give them like a lab version. And I posted Alicia Katz. She's an author and a QuickBooks trainer like myself. And she has a way to provide business owners or whoever trains, whether it's a bookkeeper or business owner, like an opportunity to have like a blank file to test in. So you may want to take a look at that. But just main thing is you never want them to learn or play in their own file. It's very
And typically I use the sample company because I have access to it, but just and pretty much I'm sort of giving them, like I said, I called it a boot camp because it's like usually a 2-hour session.
Mhm.
But thank you all. You've given me some good insight.
Great. So I want to thank you so much for the input. Sorry, Pat, go ahead.
No,
Please.
no, one more thing about Labyrinth. At Ventura College, we use Canvas. We have a lot of online classes. And Labyrinth has a Canvas version where you can download it onto Canvas, and they have all the homework and all of that stuff, and the students just do the homework, and the Canvas the program actually grades it and everything. I've been teaching hybrid classes there where we meet like once a week, but otherwise they're on their own, and it's been really successful. The only thing you have to make sure is that your IT people know that you're going to use Labyrinth, because they have to work with Labyrinth because of all their security stuff. And the first semester I did this, which was last semester, we didn't get our Canvas until about 4 weeks before class ended, and but still I was able to pull it together. So we're down. Yeah. So
Now I use Labyrinth, and we have Moodle, so we have the option like to deep link, but they don't have like the whole course made. So I go into the lab and they have the pre-built assignments, and sometimes I might edit the test a little bit, and then you can just link it in your course, and it takes them just to the Labyrinth class you created.
How are you spelling that word labyrinth?
LAB. I always get it wrong. Labyrinth. LABRYNTH. That's it.
That's the way I had it written down, but I wasn't sure.
The thing with
Your
Labyrinth
accent threw me
is
off.
that you have to purchase. It's a software. I don't know. Do they have a demo? Because it's actually a textbook, and you have to purchase it, and it's online.
It is it's not free, but yeah.
But they
But
have
I
an online version of the text. They have an online version of the text that's not too expensive. It's under $100. It's
But I think Intuit, if they would give us more of those videos, and because all that's going to be free, it's just getting it done and having the training. Because I mean, I think once you get all the training and you get it, then you have it under your belt, and then you can continue.
Yeah.
Well,
Let
that's
me-
the thing. You as educators have more the experience with the educating part, whereas I have more of the accounting QuickBooks experience. So, this is where I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to attack if I had a little course I was giving to the public.
Yeah.
I wanted to share with you all. So we have this QuickBooks course on the platform called edX. edX is started by some university institutions as a free open learning platform. If you go to QuickBooks 1, 2, and 3, I can open it here. You can audit this, so you don't have to pay for it. And our videos are all on here as well. So if I wanted to set up, yeah, let's open this. Yeah, and it's a much easier way to go through the course. So basically, like Dina, the PDF files, those long PDF files you saw, it's all here, but it's chunks. It's chunked into different pieces, so it's easier. So I'd recommend, and you have these videos, right, to watch,
Right,
and then you
right.
just go next. And this is what you'd be teaching your students, basically.
And
from
where
the
is
PDF.
that at? Where
It's
did
an it's an edX. So if I go
Right.
to edx.org, edx.org, and just search for QuickBooks, and this should come up. You have to make an account with edX, but you can audit this. So do not pay for anything, please. None of you, like, I know it's going to tell you to pay for this, pay for that. You don't need to pay for it to audit this course. You can just go through it on your own. If you want to pay for it to get certification, you can, but I don't recommend it. You can also just reach out to us if you want to get certified. We'll give it to you for free, the voucher. Just do the audited version of this. And it makes it so much easier to go through the QuickBooks course than doing it through those huge PDF files. So I'll drop it
That
in here.
makes-
I'll also
that-
send
I
it.
think- So what do you mean when
Yeah.
you said you would pay for the $100, the voucher? What are you paying for? What does that do?
It's like this if you want to get certified, like through Certiport, we have vouchers that we get from Certiport to give to our partners and to our lovely teacher community. So if you are looking to be certified in QuickBooks and you feel like you've studied everything, you're ready for the exam, just reach out to me. You can reach out to me on the Educator community. You can also reach out to my email asking for this. And to be honest, we also offer it to our students. So if you have a group of students who wants to get the voucher, who wants to get certified, and they feel ready for it, we can also give you vouchers for that. We're just trying to make it easier for you all to be able to
That's
try this
very
with your
helpful.
students. Yeah.
Very helpful. That's awesome.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah. of
Did you
course.
say you would give the vouchers for the students as well?
Yes. Just reach out to me, and you have to tell us how many students, and then we'll talk to our Certiport partner and send you the vouchers.
Yeah, we used to do it when it was desktop. We had
Yeah.
the G-metrics review and the test included, but we have not done it since it went online. So that's just good to know.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure who pays for ours, but I'm more with Melissa on that one.
Sure. In the next 5 minutes, I want to just bring in quickly Sonia, who's also a QuickBooks Live Manager. I know just got your attention. I want her to share a little bit about her experience being a QuickBooks Live Manager at Intuit, and just like her how she got to this point, how she learned, and how it's helped her in her career. So Sonia, I'll let you take it away.
Okay, I was like on the spot. I was like, no, what do I do? Hi, everyone. How are you guys? I'd love to be in the room with other educators because aside from what I do at QuickBooks, I'm also a college professor and I teach accounting. And of course, I tell them that we should always use QuickBooks. So I'm glad to see all of our educators. I started here about 4 years ago. I started kind of it's weird how I started. I started in TurboTax, okay, because I do run my own accounting firm and I've been doing that for over 22, 23 years. And then an opportunity came up from TurboTax to come over and actually do product support. And I've used QuickBooks Desktop for so many years. And when online came out, I decided to follow the online path and got all my clients onto online. And so I am certified in all things QuickBooks. And I did that before I started working here. And then I came over to the payroll side and just kind of worked my way up. And now I'm in management where I am working with QBKs, our QuickBooks bookkeepers, and they work with customers every day to make sure that they do their books correctly, right? So the department that I work in, I guess, is called the expert assistant space, but it's actually do it with me is what we used to call it when it first started, and it's kind of doing what you guys are doing. We teach them about QuickBooks, how to use our software. But we're only working with the small business owner. We're not working with accountants in this space, right? We're teaching the business owner, just like you're teaching your students, how to use our product, how to get into the ins and outs, what videos and resources we have for them as well, so that they can run their books successfully. And I think I heard somebody say, talk about the audit log. That's very important. So we try to make sure that they're not doing unnecessary entries in and out of their books. And I think that's it. Is that it, Tamar?
Yeah, it is. I really appreciate it, Sonia. I really wanted to bring Sonia on. I know there's many bookkeeping QuickBooks professionals on this call, but Sonia, if you're open to it, if you want to share your contact info, and in case educators have any questions for you on how you teach it, and also like the opportunities for students and when they learn bookkeeping and QuickBooks, what they can do with that. I think sometimes we miss that point of like, okay, you learned this, and now what? Like, what can you do with this? How can it help you in your life? And I think you are a great testament to that at Intuit.
You know what, Tamar? I got to tell you the truth. I am, and my kids, because I'm all things Intuit, right? I've taught my son how to use, TurboTax, even though I'm still his accountant. I swear, I'm going to do my kids' things until they're probably married, and then their wives and husband can take care of it. But you're right, Tamar. It's so many things. Yep. Email me, and I'll also put my phone number in there too. In case you guys want to reach me. You're right. Once you guys teach them this, because we have so many cool things to do, they can use self-employed, they can get like a ledger account, they can do all these things. I found that our students will actually use this in their personal life to begin to manage their personal finances and get good at that. So I'm glad you invited me, Tamar. You should have invited me sooner. That's my phone number. Yeah, call me. You can text me. You can email me. I'm available if you guys have any questions about the product. For sure.
Nice. I know. Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you, everyone. Maria, thank you so much as well for joining. I know you gave great insights. Everyone here gave amazing insights. I'm going to do a quick group photo before we head out. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I love it. We're going to do another one of these end of next month. So we'll do these more consistently, and we'll keep bringing our professionals on this call. So I'll send you the links that we've talked about today in an email so that you have it all nicely laid out, and you all have each other's contacts. You can also email each other with the resources you shared. Okay.
I have a question. Can I ask a question before we end?
Sure.
Is there a dedicated number for troubleshooting from the educator side when you use when you create the companies for your students?
Unfortunately, not a number. There's an email. It's education@intuit.com. I know sometimes they're slow and whatever. Just you can also include me in the email if they're not responding, so I can make sure they respond faster. Okay.
Okay, so I started a class last week, and so like I went looking for some blog posts on it. So we created the students created the companies, but then when we did our first transaction where we upload, the logo and type some stuff in, that stuff could not be keyed.
Okay. Yeah.
And someone else had posted about it, so I just didn't know if who would
there is a fix
contact.
For it. Yeah.
You have to save the image in a different format.
Well, it won't even, the pencil's not there.
Oh, okay. Okay, that I don't know. But also I have problems uploading the products, the vendors, and the service lists. Never hardly ever works.
Okay. Yeah, please email education and me, like email both of us. You have my email as well, so that I make sure we can answer it to you promptly. I have the contact person like directly up who manages that email, and she can respond to you with these questions. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.